Let me ask you something. Have you ever had one of those days where you are just nonstop busy? You're checking things off your to-do list, you're jumping from meeting to meeting, but when your head hits the pillow, you think, what did I actually get done today? That feeling, that sense of just spinning your wheels is so common. Today, we're going to talk about a really simple shift in how you see your work that can fix all of that. It's all about understanding the difference between your duties and your tasks. All right, so let's just dive right in and name the problem, right? For way too many of us, our work life feels like we're just fighting a losing battle against a checklist that never, ever ends. You're just trying to keep your head above water, you know? You finish one thing and bam, 3 more things pop up to take its place. It's totally exhausting and honestly, it's a trap. Seriously? Let that question sink in for a minute. Does that hit home for you? It's that nagging feeling that, yeah, you're busy, the wheels are spinning, but the car isn't actually moving forward. You put in a full day's work, but that sense of real, meaningful progress, it's just not there. This right here is the classic sign that you're caught in what we call the busy trap. And this slide really breaks down how it becomes this vicious cycle. You've got this endless to-do list, which forces you to be reactive. You're just putting out fires all day. And because you're always reacting, you lose sight of the why. Why are you even doing this stuff? And it all just leads to that draining, constant feeling of being behind. But, and this is a big but, there is a way to break the cycle. And the way out, believe it or not, starts with just 2 simple words: duties and tasks. Now, I know they sound pretty similar, but getting the difference between them is the absolute key to turning your work from just a boring old checklist into a mission that you actually care about. So, let's kick things off with duty. A duty isn't something you can just check off a list. It's your core responsibility, the big picture. You should think of it like your guiding compass. So, for example, if you're a project manager, one of your core duties might be something like ensure project success and stakeholder alignment. See? It's not a single action. It's the whole reason for all your actions. It's your why. Now, on the flip side, we have a task. A task is the what. It's the specific, concrete action you take to serve one of your duties. So if your duty is ensure project success, then a task might be send the weekly progress report or schedule that team check-in. Tasks are just the individual steps you take on the path that your duty, your compass, has already set for you. Okay, so the crucial thing here is really understanding how these 2 ideas work in the real world. So let's break it down side by side. This should make it crystal clear. This table just lays it all out perfectly. Let's look at that first row, scope. A duty is broad, it's strategic. A task, it's narrow and super specific. Now look at timeline. Duties are ongoing, they probably never really end, while a task has a clear finish line. But here's the most important one, focus. Duties are all about the outcome, the impact you're having. Tasks are just about getting it done, checking the box. And that example at the bottom says it all, right? The big picture duty is to ensure client satisfaction. Respond to client email is just one tiny little task that helps you get there. Okay, so we've defined the words, but so what? Why does this actually matter? Why should you even care? Well, because shifting your focus from the what to the why can literally change your entire experience at work. It's a total game changer. Just look at the 2 mindsets here, side by side. On the left, you've got the task-focused person. They're on a treadmill, right? They're reactive, and they measure their success by how busy they were. It just feels like a checklist. But on the right, the duty-focused person is proactive. They're looking toward a goal. Success isn't about activity, it's about impact. And your work stops feeling like a chore and starts feeling like a mission. And the benefits of that shift? They're huge. When you truly understand your core duties, you get more autonomy. You get a real sense of ownership. You're not just a person who does tasks anymore. You're the owner of a key responsibility. And that creates a much clearer line to your purpose, which of course leads to you having a greater impact and, you guessed it, way more job satisfaction. You're not just working anymore, you're contributing. So the million-dollar question is, how do you actually make this shift? How do you go from being buried under a mountain of tasks to being driven by your duties? Well, the good news is, it's a lot simpler than you probably think. Here it is, a simple 3-step framework you can start using today. Step 1. Just identify your 3 to 5 core duties. What are you really responsible for? Step 2, group your tasks. Go through your to-do list and connect every single item back to one of those duties. You might be shocked to find a few tasks that don't really serve any duty at all. And step 3, this is the game changer. Prioritize. Stop asking what's urgent. Start asking, which of these tasks will best fulfill my most important duties today? You know, the legendary management thinker Peter Drucker just captured this idea perfectly. A task-focused mindset is all about efficiency. You know, doing things right, clearing that checklist as fast as you possibly can. But a duty-focused mindset, that's all about effectiveness, making sure you're doing the right things to begin with, the things that actually make a difference and move the needle. And that's really what I want to leave you with today. As you go back to your work, I want you to look at your to-do list through this brand new lens. Are you just trying to be efficient, or are you trying to be effective? Are you simply completing tasks, or are you truly owning your duties? The answer to that question might just be the secret to finding real, genuine meaning in what you do every day.